got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, no man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, no man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard.
Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Three down.
They go play action. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Third and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man complete. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 83 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. This is Hunt, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Black 20. Check 56. I got you.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Moncrief brings it in. And stacked a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
It's now 3rd and goal.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the safety creep. Regular.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
First down, Browns.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Jay, orbit. Here we go. Here's the block.
Roethlisberger will throw. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get him down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. I'm have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Cochran, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Check. Run. Hey, alert.
On third down, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
180.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll run on first down. Hunt, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Black 20. Check 53. We own them. No. Off.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Check 4. Hey, Alpha.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure in today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing, may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Black 20, 50.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Hey, Echo.
56 is the mic. Cut.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Take two of them. Yeah. Check. Crunch.
Black, what's that?
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the...
And the pressure gets to him again. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop in behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Lane, the rookie from Michigan State. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
This is taken at his 4.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to a football.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Check. Hot route. Hot.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
180. Let's go, defense. Out top. Point it right.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Mayfield now. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
I got him. He's coming.
They'll run again with Hunt. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On first down, it's Samuels. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Black 20. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go deep, tight.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And he finds McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Block 80! Check 53, I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
Now on 2nd and 13, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards there and a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here of what could be their final drive. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Mark Barrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's back to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
180! You'll never win! Let's go, baby! Alert! Alert!
Now Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Mayfield. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. 7 yards there and a first down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Chubb.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now Chubb, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cleveland, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take